Have you ever been told that woodworking is a male hobby? Or have you been told you're too young to get started? It's for retirees. Maybe you've been told you need the most expensive timber to make something beautiful. Think again. Today we're talking through 5 myths or misconceptions that you may have been told in the past. Stay tuned because some of these might surprise you. Woodworking is a craft that's been around for centuries, yet there are many myths and misconceptions that have been passed down from generation to generation. Kieran here from KJH Woodworking and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about myths and misconceptions that can hinder and hold you back as a woodworker or a maker. Whether you're an experienced maker or you're just getting started in woodworking, this video is for you. That's enough of an introduction, let's dive straight in. Many people believe you need expensive tools to get started in woodworking and making. This is simply not true. Expensive hand tools and power tools do make things faster and easier, but they're not a necessity to get started with the craft. In fact, many makers actually prefer to just use hand tools over power tools, as they often offer more control, precision, and they create a lot less dust, making them safer to use. If you don't believe me, check out Paul Saller's YouTube channel, as he's an inspiration when it comes to hand tool woodworking. Highly recommended. So don't feel like you need a lot of money to get started woodworking or making. Just focus on getting a few high quality hand tools to get you started, and then let your tool collection grow as you get more experience and dive further into the hobby. Now, pro tip here, remember woodworking is a craft of patience and persistence. Don't be discouraged and give up when you start out, because if you stick at it, you will be able to make something that is awesome, beautiful, and that you are very extremely proud of. With time, dedication, and this awesome YouTube channel, that was a joke, just laugh it off. You will get better at the craft and be able to make some awesome stuff. Another common myth or misconception is that to make something beautiful, you need expensive timber and wood. This isn't true. I'm not gonna lie, having expensive exotic timbers does bring a natural beauty and durability to the project, but it's not a necessity by any means. There are a lot of makers out there that thrive on building things out of reclaimed or recycled timbers. I think there's something about trying to get stuff for free and then make it awesome that really excites people. Take Mark Dana from Dana Made as a prime example. Pretty much everything he builds is from pallet wood and it is sensational. He also loves to incorporate broken skateboards, both of which, the pallets and the skateboards, he acquires for free or at very little cost. So don't get discouraged by thinking you need expensive timber. Not true. Instead, spend your time focusing on how to acquire nice options for free or cheap by thinking outside the box. Pallet companies and shipping companies, demolition companies, great starting point. Keep in mind when creating something beautiful, it's not the cost of the timber that is the most important factor. It is the skill and creativity of the maker making the project. Don't be afraid to use cheaper timber options to make something awesome, and I guarantee if you start thinking outside the box, you will be able to create beautiful projects with whatever you can find. Now, if you're enjoying yourself, let me know by hitting the like button while we dive into the biggest misconception that I hate the most. It infuriates me, it is the belief that woodworking is for men. That is not true. Okay, now that my passionate little rage outburst is over, let's just step back a second. The reason KJH Woodworking came about was because my daughter, Jazz, you've probably seen her in a couple of the videos, was told she's a girl, so she shouldn't be woodworking. So I went, hey, we are gonna squash that belief, and KJH Woodworking was born. Shame on people for discouraging young girls from getting out there and building cool stuff. It's so much fun, and they're missing out if you... For a very long time, woodworking was painted as a male-dominated hobby. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot more males involved in the craft than there are females. But that's not to say females can't do it and can't do it well. Take people like April Wilkinson, Tamar from 3x3 Custom, Sam from DIY Huntress. Those people are killing it and they do such a good job. And guess what? They're female. Mind blown. Every time a female creates something, it's a reminder that Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, a child, elderly, middle-aged, anyone can do it. All it takes is commitment, a desire to learn and drive to do the craft, and this kick-ass YouTube channel to be amazing and master the craft. Another big misconception is that woodworking is extremely dangerous. Now I want to dive into that a little bit. Yes, woodworking is dangerous, not disputing that. You're using saws, power tools, everything can hurt you really badly. No disputing that. But so can driving a car, you know? You have a car accident, it can hurt you really badly. Is that discouraging you from getting in the car? No. You take precautions to do it safely. You follow the road rules, you wear a seatbelt, you do all of those sorts of things. Woodworking is exactly the same. You need to learn how to use your machines, know what safety equipment to use, know what machines to use for what applications, all of that sort of stuff. Woodworking is dangerous. I can speak from experience. I had a very serious table saw injury where I got some kickback, ended up can't have kids anymore. Long story short, if you want to know more about that, let me know in the comments because everyone's asking me to make a full video on that incident and table saw safety. So let me know. But if you take the proper precautions, use the tools safely, it's no more dangerous than any other hobby. You just need to take the time, make sure you're wearing the appropriate safety equipment, make sure you're using the tool for the right job, all of that sort of stuff, so you can do it safely and do it for a very long time. If you lose your fingers, it becomes a little bit hard to woodwork. So stay safe. Safety should always be the most important thing when in the workshop. Always. Many people believe woodworking is just a hobby. This is another major misconception. It is a thriving industry that offers many professional opportunities. From furniture makers to carpenters, to cabinet makers, to construction workers, there are lots of different ways woodworking and making can be a professional career. They can all be fulfilling and financially rewarding depending on what you want to do. So if you're passionate about woodworking and making, don't be afraid to explore it as a career opportunity. With dedication and hard work, you can take your hobby to a fulfilling career. Whether you're interested in building furniture, laser engraving, building custom homes, there are many, many options out there. I'm a prime example of that. I started my carpentry apprenticeship and then fast forward 8 years later, I'm a general manager of a custom new homes builder. So you just gotta dive in and get started and then see where it takes you. Don't let anyone tell you it's just a hobby if you don't want it to be just a hobby. You can pursue it and see where it takes you. So there you have it. 5 common misconceptions and myths debunked. I hope this video has better helped you understand the realities of woodworking and how to overcome some of the common misconceptions. Remember, woodworking and making is accessible to anyone that's willing to pursue it and has a passion for it. So don't let anyone or any of the myths discourage you from pursuing it. Instead, use it as motivation to push yourself further and achieve your woodworking and making goals. Now, if you're keen to hone in on those skills, we've got you covered. Why not dive into some DIY gift ideas for under 20 bucks? They're budget friendly and beginner friendly. Or if you're itching to level up your workshop, check out this affordable CNC, which kicks into a full build series on the CNC unit itself. And subscribe somewhere around here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Happy building. Cheers, guys.